So for the third week in a row, there's absolutely zero to report in terms of walking and running. You can probably hear it in my voice. The cold that I thought was lasting a weekend actually took me out of action for an entire week last week. I was actually even off work. But instead of just continuing to talk about all my reasons for not running, what I thought I'd do this week in my continued commitment to do an in-person video once a week, is just maybe talk a little bit about what this channel, why it exists, and what I'm hoping it will achieve, and what I'm hoping to be able to bring in terms of future content. So the reason for the channel was primarily the fact that I guess over the years I've benefited greatly from the running community, particularly as a beginner and not really having much of a grounding in sort of the jargon and some of the more technical aspects of the sport. But there's been lots of people who have been amazing, really, and very supportive and very willing to share their knowledge. And it sort of struck me, I guess, that when I was in the position I was in originally, where I wanted to take up running, I benefited from having a personal coach in terms of my fitness. But in terms of the running side of things, I pretty much had to sort of discover that for myself, I guess, do a lot of research online. And there's an awful lot of information out there, to be honest. There's lots of websites, there are lots of magazines, but quite often you find that this information is presented not necessarily intentionally, but it sort of comes in, it sort of comes from sort of an aspect or an approach where you kind of have to have some understanding of some of the words that are used or some of the concepts, and often it can seem quite off-putting. So sort of the idea of Runners Gateway was really it's kind of a community and literally a gateway or conduit into the world of running that would provide information about some of the terms and terminology and some of the approaches that can be taken to tackle common obstacles, and then really just provide a supportive community, bring together runners of all ability, but with a particular goal of helping people to become, to make the start on their running journey. So that's kind of the loose overall goal and objective. The other side of it is that obviously I've got a technical background. I love being online. I like playing around with technology. I enjoy running, or certainly I have vague memories that I enjoy running because it's been so long. Um, but it kind of brings together a number of my different interests, and I'm sort of enjoying exploring sort of like YouTube and some of the other online stuff, while also being able to talk about running, and try and talk about either of those subjects in the general populace, then you'll probably get shunned as a pariah. You know, but it's sort of serves both sort of purposes, I guess. So kind of build a community, try and help and maybe inspire someone to actually get started and indulge some of my hobbies and interests. So in terms of like the content that's actually put out there, I'm generally trying to put out once a week to come up with kind of a theme or a topic for the week. And for example, this week's topic is all about hitting running plateaus, and what you can do, why they happen, and then methods and approaches that you can take to try and bust through those plateaus. And so to take a topic to do a video that's sort of 3, 4, 5 minutes long, it's like the longer form, what I would call the longer form content compared to the rest of the channel. And then on a daily basis, just post up a sort of a snippet of information in the form of a YouTube short, and that gets shared to the YouTube platform. And then I share that to the Facebook group, which is fundamentally one part of the community. There's also the community tab on YouTube, which we may see growth over there, but let's see where the community is actually going to form, because the community will ultimately decide where and when and how it actually exists. And then really just like putting out, as I say, it's ideas that come to me based on my own experiences and maybe some of the things that I have encountered over the years. But ultimately, a lot of it will be community led. So if there's anything that you can, that you'd like to see explored on the channel, the issues and obstacles that you might be facing, that you might think would make an interesting theme for the week, then I'm very happy to take those ideas on board and incorporate those into the content. As I say, with this commitment to doing a weekly in-person video, then I intend to continue doing that for on an ongoing basis, and the format that this might take may change over time. We might end up being able to do sort of like some like Q&A type stuff where the community might have questions, and then I'll be able to put it out there, or even offer suggestions in the video. So I'm hoping it's going to evolve. In many ways, these weekly videos, I guess, draw inspiration from the way that I used to do the No More Mr. Fat Guy weekly video. And really, it's, by and large, it's like I say, indulges my personal hobbies and interests, but it is going to be led by the community, and will ultimately be shaped by what the community wants. So on that note, I think my voice is beginning to go, so I'll wrap it up there. But as I say, I thoroughly and encourage you to interact, to subscribe to the YouTube channel, to join us on the Facebook group, and share this with anybody that you know who might benefit from a little bit of encouragement to taking up running, or a little bit of motivation to continue their running journey. Maybe somebody who's already made a start and is finding it a bit hard at times and is on the verge of quitting. Hopefully we'll be able to help them. We'll be able to help keep help people stay on track, and ultimately get the most out of what we as runners know is actually a very rewarding pastime. So on that note, thank you very much for being around and watching the videos. And as I drop a like on the video, love it if you would subscribe, because that helps YouTube identify that there's actually something here worth watching. And I'll chat to you again in another week. See ya.